First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dawab from the branch of GMS here in Chicago. Coming right back at you with a little lesson. And as you see on my phone screen here, I got Eric Brian Stone. And this just popped up in my YouTube feed. But I seen the title and it caught my attention. It says, Man Traps Girl in Basement. I'm going to play a little bit of this. But before I do, I'm going to sit up here and get the Copyright Act of 1976. I'm not using this to make no money or get no financial gain. I'm just using this for teaching and educational purposes only. Teaching and educational purposes only. And like I said, brothers, I found this to be quite interesting. When I looked at the title, it caught my attention. And I'm going to say this before I play it. I think this happened somewhere about 7 or 8 years ago. Right now, this young lady is 23 years old. But I'm going to play part of it, and then I'm going to fill in a few little blanks. And then, but I just want to play part of it, because I just want the part that he's going to say in the beginning. It might be about 45 seconds to a minute. But hey, if I were you brothers, I'd listen to the whole thing, because this story is wild. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but this story is wild as hell. I mean, just a whole bunch of bullshit. But with that being said, I'm going to let it play and grab a few scriptures.
I want you all to meet Savannah, who was a 15-year-old little black girl who was victimized by this 25-year-old white man. Now, what did Daniel Campbell do? He groomed Savannah when she was only 15 years old and he was 25, and he had 2 children with her. He also has multiple domestic violent cases against him for hurting her.
Hi, my name is Savannah. I was kidnapped at the age of 15 by an older white male that was 25.
But you won't believe what the judge did. He completely dismissed it because the district attorney, Krista Menzel, completely lied to the judge and withheld evidence. On top of that, Daniel has been accused for calling his children that he had with Savannah his little nigglets and his pets. As you can see in this court document right here, calls him his little niglet and his pet. But you want to know what Daniel's friends do? Yeah, you know this friend right here, Steven? You know, the one Daniel is replying to? They dress up in blackface. But oh wait, we had this court commissioner, Lisa Kruger, who put a complete court order to make Savannah remove all of her content talking about how she was a victim. And she took the rights from Savannah to see her kids and gave the kids full custody to Daniel. So when Savannah's video got removed and got reposted, everybody tagged me. I flew out the...
So I'm not going to play the rest of it. I'm going to let y'all sit up. I just want y'all to get a little background story. So this guy kidnapped this, he was 25 years old. You heard the name of him. He kidnapped this young lady who was 15 years old at the time. I think he was working in her in the place that the apartment complex where she worked at, and he ended up meeting her, just talking to her, being friendly with her, and at some point he kidnapped her, and to make a long story short, her mom and them wasn't even paying attention. Didn't even, at that particular time, her mom wasn't even giving a damn about her pretty much. She was too busy fucking around with other men. But the whole point of the matter is that she got kidnapped by this white guy. He was 25. She was 15. She had 2 kids by him. If you go deep into the story, he kept her in some fucked up, raggedy ass house. I mean, you have to look at the house he kept in. I mean, if you look, the outside is nothing compared to what the inside looked like. He had 2 kids with her. He abused her. She called. Cops came, checked up on her. And you know how these so-called white people are. They didn't give a fuck. This dude got away with anything and everything under the sun. He called her nigger. He called the kids nigglets. He said they were my pets. He abused her. The judge said there was no problem. He let her go. He didn't put no charges against him. None of the charges that was filed against him ever stuck. They dismissed them all. But with that being said, I'm saying this for a reason. If all this is happening while everything is good, this happened 8 years ago. And Lord knows what's going on right now. There's so much judgment going on. There's some other women out there locked in some goddamn basement somewhere, getting abused like a motherfucker, and not by just one dude. But the whole point of the matter is, if this is happening now, while everything is still good, just imagine when shit go left. Just imagine when the economy crashed. Just imagine when motherfuckers start losing jobs left and right. Just imagine when the banks fail. Just imagine when the food start disappearing. Just imagine when the cops ain't out there. Just imagine how it's gonna be. Nothing but lawlessness. So with that, man, I want to grab a few scriptures. This is the first one I want to sit up here and grab was because I was sitting up here thinking about this. And it's Luke 23. And I'm going to start around 25. And as you see, it says on the way to the cross. This is Luke 23 and 26. And as they led him away, they laid hold upon one Simon, a Cyrenian, coming out of the country, and on him they laid the cross, that he might bear it after Yahushua. And there followed him a great company of people and of women, which also bewailed and lamented him. So here it is, that this guy helped Yahushua carry his cross. And then on top of that, you had a lot of women that was coming, a lot of people, not just women, who was coming up, who was sad, who was crying, feeling bad because of what was about to happen to Yahushua. But Yahushua turning unto them said, Daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children. For behold, the days are coming in which they shall say, Blessed are the barren and the wombs that never bear, and the paps which never gave suck. Then shall they begin to say to the mountains, Fall on us, and to the hills, Cover us. For if they do these things in a green tree, what shall be done in the dry? So when they do so the first thing he said, don't cry for me, cry for yourselves, because the days that we're in right now, hey, all hell is about to break loose. Just like it did back then, 66 AD, 70 AD. All hell broke loose. And the same thing is happening now. What was written aforetime was written for our learning. So all the stuff that happened back then, hey, ain't nothing new under the sun. It's going to get worse right now. So when all that stuff is done in the green tree, what's going to happen in the dry? When you capable of going to the store, getting milk, getting food, getting eggs, still going to a job, still grabbing money, still kicking it, drinking it, and having a good time, watching football games and going to sports events, you seeing evil shit happening now. A lot of evil shit. And you're still capable of doing these things. So what's going to be when all hell break loose? What's it going to be when ain't nothing good? No food, no basketball games, no water, no thirst, no drinks, no job, no money, no house, no heat, no water. What you think going to happen then? It's going to get even worse. And this dude kidnapped her, and she was 15, locked her in the basement. And all this stuff was happening under people's noses. Motherfuckers don't care. What's going to happen when all hell breaks loose? And that's the other thing. The wickedness. Actually, you know what? Before I even get there, let me go to Matthew chapter 24. I'll go to that other chapter. I'm going to go to that one in a minute. But the point I really want to get is in 8. And then 12. You know what? I'm just going to read part of this. This is Matthew 24 and 7. For nation shall rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, and you see it's a lot of beginning of sorrows, and those sorrows are many, many things. It's not just the famines and the pestilence. Look at the murders, the deaths. You got women out here who killing their children left and right. You got men out here who getting tired of these women and just killing them left and right. And then you got guys like this who locking women in basement, getting them pregnant, and just abusing the hell out of them. These are the beginning of sorrows. And this is Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And there you go. The love of many is waxing cold, man. Man, ain't no one, everything in this place is just wicked. Everyone is just being evil toward each other. And guess what? Now all of a sudden, and hey, when that tree turns dry, when that tree goes dry and goes brown and starts sitting up here crumbling to dust, hey, don't think it's just gonna be women out there that's gonna be getting fucked over, man, getting kidnapped and taken. It's gonna be men too. And you already see the alphabet, the transformer community is already trying to sit up here and add another flag to their community with MAP, minor attracted persons. And we understand what that means. We understand what that means. I'm not going to go too much deep into it, you know, because people love to sit up here and twist and say all sorts of shit. But a minor attracted persons, you know. So now you got people out here who are attracted to younger people, you know. And then when I found out what that flag stood for, when they were showing the colors of the flag and what it stood for, that shit is sickening, man. But this is what they add. The wickedness in this place is growing to a hell of a height. And this is when you know we at the end. Because the wickedness is exceedingly polluting. You know what? And that was the scripture I actually wanted to grab. Let me go back to, let me go to that second Esdras. The second Esdras 15. I'm going to start at 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, and death and destruction. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. What do you think with this transformer? Now you got transformers beating up women in the rings. You know, here it is, you was born a male, but here it is, now you want to cut it as a woman. And here it is, because you couldn't cut it. You motherfuckers, man. But hey, this is what y'all sit up here and fought for. And you women agreed to this shit. And guess what? It's backfiring on your ass. That shit is ridiculous. But this is the world we live in. The wickedness has exceedingly polluted this whole planet. And the vile affection, the sexual immorality is just off the chart. But this second Esdras 15 and 7. Therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just complain continue. And hey, we out here complaining, sighing and crying, man, because we hate this goddamn place. And if you love this place, you a fucking fool. You have no assurity of life. Everything is twisted. Everything is turned down. They got Momoism all in every show there is. You got Transformers in every show there is. You got vile affections in every show that you can't watch nothing, no movie, without watching some trash. This place is through, man. It's garbage. You know? But this second Esdras 15 and 9. And therefore said the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. And then, the Heavenly Father about to start slaughtering. Man, he's already started slaughtering. But wait till it really picks up. Wait till you really see that Psalms 91 where it says, 1,000 shall fall by thy side and 10,000 by thy right side. Wait till you really see that happening. Then people going to understand the severity of what the prophets out there were out there saying on the highways and byways. Because you ain't paying attention to it now, but you're going to understand it then. You're going to understand it then. You know what? Actually, let me go up to the top real quick. This second Esdras 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Hey, we telling our people the scriptures, the prophecies, all this is coming. You can't stop it. Second Esdras 15 and 3. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Incredulity, a total disbelief. You don't believe, period. But we don't care. Don't matter. But here's the point. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And that's what's going to happen, man. A lot of people about to get put to death. And it just so happens she wasn't put to death. But that had to be a torturous moment. A torturous moment that she survived. I think she's 23 right now. She was 15 then. But either way it goes, and like I said before, I only got bits and pieces of the story. He only had bits and pieces in the story in there, with the mom and with what was going on. So I don't know fully what happened, but I do know parts of it. She's 23 now, and Right now, they sitting up here trying to see if they can have something happen to dude. But either way it goes, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. When this all is said and done, this place is through. And if she's a wicked ass, and hey, what happened to her? Hey, if she ain't repent, she gonna be destroyed even more. So it don't even matter. You know, all you that don't believe, you're gonna be destroyed. This place is coming to an end real quick. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed sooner. With that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and the Baba Ball and Anya Habatam Akim. Shalom.